Bismillah, alhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillah. Today we will be continuing our tense classes. The last two classes we dealt with the present simple tense and the present continuous tense. Today we will be continuing with the present perfect tense. And like we said before, in the English language, there are 12 different tenses. In the English language, there are 12 different tenses.
hore waxaynu u soo xusnay inuu Englishku leeyahay 12 tenses oo asaasi ah. Casharkeena maanta waxa uu ku saabsan yahay present perfect tense.
Every tense, we said, we will break up into 3 categories. So we'll repeat this every class. Every tense is the same. There are 3 categories that we will talk about. The first category is usage. When will we use this tense? What are some examples? What are the situations in which we will use this tense? When we learn when to use it, we will move to category number 2, which is signal words or keywords. We will talk about the different type of words you will see and you will use when you want to make a sentence in this tense. And then category number 3, we will speak about the format, the structure, the equation, how to build a sentence using that tense, what format, what structure to follow.
Tense kasta waxaynu u kala jabinaynaa 3 qaybood. Qaybta koowaad waxaynu ku qaadanaynaa usage-ka oo ah xaaladda aynu u isticmaalayno ama goorta ay ku habboon tahay inaan isticmaalno. qaybta labaad waxaynu ku faahfaahinaynaa keywords-ka oo ah kelmadan ku habboon in lagu sameeyo sentence-ka. qaybta saddexaad waxaynu ka fargaranaynaa ama aynu dhiganaynaa format-ka iyo form-ka, habka ay u dhacayso kelmadan iyo sida loo sameynayo.
The first category that we will cover for the present perfect tense is the usage. When will you use this tense? What are some examples? In what situations will you use this tense? Example number 1 that I will give you is you want to talk about something that happened in the past, but it continues until the present. So something happened in the past and it continues until right now. So for example, if I say that I lived in Hargeisa for 7 years, something that I started, I have lived in Hargeisa for 7 years. 7 years ago, it was in the past, but still to right now, I live in Hargeisa. So something that happened in the past and continues to the present. So I say, I have lived in Hargeisa for 7 years. This is an example of when you will know that you're using present perfect tense.
xaaladda koowaad waa isticmaalka. Present perfect tense waxaa loo isticmaalaa xaalad tagtay welina socota. Tusaale ahaan, I have lived in Hargeisa for 7 years. Waxa aan ku noolaa Hargeisa 7 sano.
Another example or another situation that you will use is you want to talk about something that happened in the past, but you're not giving the specific time. So something that happened in the past, but you don't know the specific time it happened. So for example, you say, my mom has gone to work. We don't know the time she went to work. We don't know if she went to work in the morning, what day of the calendar it was. But we know that it happened in the past. My mom has gone to work. So it's something that happened in the past, but we don't know the specific time. My mom has gone to work. Present perfect tense.
xaaladda labaad ee aad isticmaali karto waxa ay tahay marka aad ka sheekeynaysid wax dhacay balse aanad garanaynin waqtigii saxda ahaa ee uu dhacay. Tusaale ahaan, my mom has gone to work. Hooyaday waxa ay aaday shaqadii. halkan ma cayimin karno goorta ay aaday shaqada.
Another example is you want to talk about something that you do so many times in the past and you still continue to do it. So, for example, it happens a lot in the past. You've done it many times in the past and you continue to do it. So, for example, I have practiced English grammar since the age of 6. Jamal, teacher Jamal, I've practiced English grammar since the age of 6. Something that happens so many times, you can tell 6 years old until now, it's many years. I've practiced the English language for many years, and I still continue to practice it. So it's something that happened in the past, you've been doing it many times, and you still continue to do it today.
xaaladda saddexaad waa marka aynu ka sheekaynayno waxyaalo badan oo aad hore u samayn jirtay welina aad samaysid. Tusaale ahaan, I have practiced the English grammar since the age of 6. Waxa aan dhigan jiray welina bartaa English grammarka ilaa marka aan 6 jir ahaa.
Another example is you want to talk about an experience that you had that's connected to the present, so it's connected to right now. So for example, you see a beautiful flower. Say, this is the most beautiful flower I have ever seen. So the time that you've seen the flower until now, it's still the most beautiful thing that you've ever seen. You've never seen anything more beautiful yet. But it's not something that you've seen today. Something that you've seen a while ago. And still until today, it's the most beautiful thing you see. So when you have an experience and it's still connected to right now, the present. These are all examples of when you will use the present perfect tense.
xaaladda kale ee loo isticmaalaa waxa ay tahay when you're talking about experience that's connected to the present marka aad ka hadlaysid dhacdo lana xidhiidho waqtiga taagan. Tusaale ahaan, this is the most beautiful flower I have ever seen. Kani waa ubaxii ugu quruxda badnaa ee aan abidkay arko. Iminka ubaxan hore ayaan u soo arkay, welina isaga ayaa ugu qurux badan waxaan arkay.
Now you know the examples, so category number 1 is usage. You know the examples of when to use it. Now we will move to category number 2, which is keywords, signal words. So when you want to make a sentence, how do you explain those things in category number 1? What words will you use?
qaybta labaad waa keywords. Keywords waxa weeyaan kelmadda ku habboon inaad ku hadashid marka aad isticmaalaysid tense-kan. Hadda waxaynu xusaynaa tusaalayaal ka mid ah keywords-ka.
You can use, for example, the word already. You can use the word already. You can use the word yet. You can use the word ever or never or just or only just or recently or the word so far. So just to give you an example, if I say the word so far, I have never seen a more beautiful flower yet. This you're explaining an experience, just like we mentioned in category number 1. So you use that word, so far. Another word, until now. Until now, I have never seen a more beautiful flower. Another keyword, up to now. Up to now, I have never seen a more beautiful flower. So all of these keywords you can use to explain any situation in those 4 examples that I gave you before. Category number 1, we spoke about examples. When will you use this tense? Category number 2, we spoke about keywords or signal words, the type of words that we will use to explain those examples or those situations in present perfect tense. Category number 3 is now, what's the format? How will I build a sentence? What's the equation that I have to follow? And for present perfect tense, it's very simple. There's only 2 categories. The category that we've been speaking about for the past 2 lessons will always remain as category number 1, positive, negative, and a question.
qaybta saddexaad waxa weeyaan format qaab dhismeedka loo dhisayo sentence-ka tense-kan formatkiisa waxaa loo kala jebiyaa laba qaybood qaybta koowaad waxa weeyaan qaab dhismeedka sentence-ka qaab dhismeedku waxa uu u sii kala jabaa saddex qaybood oo yaryar positive negative iyo question.
So we said, like we've explained in the past classes, positive, you're talking about something that's happening, it's positive. She's done her homework. But when we speak about it in negative, we're negating it. So you're saying that same thing, she's not doing her homework. She has not done her homework. So she didn't do her homework. She has not done her homework. It's negative. And then a question is when you want to ask something, has she done her homework? Has she done her homework? You want to find out. You want to ask a question, has she done her homework? So the first category for every single tense, out of all of the 12 tenses, the first category for format will always be positive, negative, or a question.
positive xaalad taagan waa ay qabatay shaqadeeda negative diidmo ma ay qaban shaqadeedii question su'aal miyaa ay qabatay shaqadeeda.
The second category. So the second category, we will be speaking about the equation part. So it's very simple. We said the first category will either be, every sentence will be positive, negative, or it will be a question. So now how do you actually form the sentence? What's the equation?
formatka qaybtiisa labaad waa formula qaacido.
So for the present perfect tense, again, it's very simple. The equation is made up of 3 things. First thing is the subject. What is being talked about? She, he, Jamal, it. Subject. What is being talked about?
formula waxa uu u kala baxaa saddex shay oo la isku daro. ta koowaad subject maxay ayaa laga hadlayaa she, he, it ama Jamal.
When you have the subject, you will add the word has or have. The word has or have.
ta labaad waxa aad ku daraysaa kelmadda has ama have.
And then you will add the past participle. What is the past participle? Just to make it very simple, it's just a verb in past tense. That's all you need to know. It's just a verb in past tense. So for example, verb do, done. So she has to do her homework, she's done her homework. It's finished now. It's something it's a verb in its past finished form to say.
kadib waxa aad ku daraysaa past participle oo ah ficil dhacay. tusaale ahaan do waxa ay noqonaysaa done.
Very simply. So now if we are to put that all together, so we have the subject plus has or have plus the past participle. For the word has, when you add it to the subject, for example, she has done her homework. She has done her homework. What you can do is you can, instead of saying she has, you can say she's done her homework. So you just add an apostrophe and the letter S. If you ever have the word have, instead of the apostrophe S, you will just add an apostrophe VE. That's it. Instead of apostrophe S, it will be apostrophe VE.
muhiim ma aha markaad isticmaalaysid subject-ka inaad u qortid foomka dhammaystiran. tusaale ahaan markaad isticmaalaysid has waxa aad u qori kartaa apostrophe s. marka aad isticmaalaysid have waxa aad u qori kartaa apostrophe ve. tusaale ahaan marka aad odhanaysid she has done her homework waxay noqonaysaa she's done her homework.
For have. So, example number 1 for a positive sentence, she's done her homework. She's done her homework. She, subject, apostrophe s, is the has, done is the past participle. So it's the verb in the past form, her homework. This is a positive sentence. The equation for a positive sentence.
marka uu yahay positive subject lagu daray has ama have laguna daray past participle waxa ay noqonaysaa she has done her homework ama she has done her homework. She was subject kadib waxa aynu ku darnay has done oo ah past participle na xagga dambe ayaynu kaga darnay.
The equation for a negative sentence is the exact same. Just after you say has or have, you will add the word not to negate the sentence, to make it negative. So for example, she has not done her homework. She has not done her homework. She has not done her homework. It is a negative sentence. The equation is the exact same, just you added the word not after has.
marka aynu ka sheekaynayno negative qaacidada waa isku mid keliyata waxaynu ku soo daraynaa not oo dhacaysa have iyo has dabadooda. tusaale ahaan she has not done her homework.
The question, again, very simple. The equation is the exact same. The only difference is you will have the word has or have before the subject. So before it used to be subject plus has or have. It's opposite now. It's going to be has or have plus the subject. So you're asking a question, you will say, has she done her homework? Instead of she has done her homework. You just switched has and she. Has she done her homework? And again, the last part of a question, always you will add a question mark. This is for every question that you ask.
marka aynu ka hadlayno question waxa aad subjectka ka horreysiinaysaa have ama has oo cadaynaysa in aad su'aal weydiinaysid. tusaale ahaan has she done her homework.
So we spoke in today's class about the 3 categories, when you will use it, the usage, the key signal words that you will use in present perfect tense, and the format. This concludes today's class about the present perfect tense, and it also concludes the classes about the present tenses in general. So next class we will move on to the different types of past tenses. We will end the class here today. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.